Hello everyone, this is Priyanka KS studying at Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. Today in this video, we'll be looking into Java thread model, main thread, and creating a thread. Firstly, we'll see what is a thread concept in Java. Before introducing the thread concept, we were unable to run more than one task in parallel. It was a drawback, and to remove the drawback, thread concept was introduced. A thread is a very light-weighted process, or we can say that the smallest part of the process that allows a program to operate more efficiently by running multiple tasks simultaneously. In order to perform complicated tasks in the background, we use the thread concept in Java. All the tasks are executed without affecting the main program in the program or process. All the threads have their own separate path for execution, so each thread of the process is independent. Another benefit of using thread is that if a thread gets an exception or an error at the time of its execution, it does not affect the execution of the other threads. All the threads share a common memory and have their own stack, local variables, and program counter. When multiple threads are executed in parallel at the same time, this process is known as multi-threading. In simple way, a thread is a feature through which we can perform multiple activities within a single process. It is lightweight process, series of executed statements, nested sequence of method calls. Thread model, just like a process, a thread exists in several states. These states are as follows. These are new, runnable, running, terminated, and non-runnable. Firstly, we'll see what is new. New, that is ready to run. A thread is in the new when it gets CPU time running. A thread is in the running state where it is under the execution. Suspended, a thread is in the suspended state when it is temporarily inactive or under execution. Blocked, a thread is in the blocked state when it is waiting for resources. Terminated, a thread comes in this state when at the any given time it halts its execution immediately. Next, we'll see how to create a thread. A thread is created by either creating or implementing the runnable interface or by extending the thread class. These are the only two ways through which we can create a thread. Thread class. A thread class has many methods and constructors which allow us to perform various operations on thread. The thread class extends on the object class. The object class implements the runnable interface. The thread class has the following constructors that are used to perform various operations that are thread runnable that is and string name, thread runnable target, thread group and runnable target and string name, thread group runnable target, thread group and string name, and many more like some some similar threads. We can also create threads in Java using two ways. By extending thread class, implementing a runnable interface by extending a thread class. We can run threads in Java by using thread class, which provides constructors and methods for creating and performing operations on a thread, which extends a thread class that can implement runnable interface. We use the following constructors for creating the thread. Next, we'll see what is a main thread. As we are familiar, we create main method in each and every Java program, which acts as an entry point for a code to get executed by the Java virtual machine. Similarly, in this multi-threading concept, each program has one main thread which was provided by default by Java virtual machine. Hence, whenever a program is being created in Java, Java Virtual Machine provides the main thread for its execution. There are certain properties associated with the main thread which are as follows. It is the thread from which other child threads will be spawned. Often, it must be last thread to finish execution because it performs various shutdown actions. Next, we'll see how to control main thread. The main thread is created automatically when our program is started. To control, we must obtain a reference to it. This can be done by calling the method current thread, which is present. This method returns a reference to the thread on which it is called. The default priority of main thread is 5, and for all remaining user threads priority will be inherited from parent to child. For example, a main class, that is public class GFG, and then we'll move into the driver method, that is public static void main string arguments. Try block to check for exceptions and then the print statement. Then we'll go on to the joining of the current thread. This statement will never execute. That is system.out.println. This statement will never execute. That is a statement given to execute. Catch block to handle the exceptions. Display the exception along with line number using print stack trace method. We use print stack trace method for printing the stack. This is how we control the main thread.